J-Drone here. That battery right there is a Noiposi 850 mAh upgraded battery, and we are going to test it in the A10 Cyclone from Maxbo. And this is an altitude hold drone. You put the battery in, you connect it there. It has a little toggle that you're going to switch right here, and it's on. If your camera is not lit, there's a good possibility your wires are not plugged in tight enough. Just go ahead and push down on that and you will get a blue light. A steady blue light means the camera is working properly and the SD card inside of it is good. To start this drone, you're going to get the dust off of it, turn your controller on, and then you'll throttle up and throttle down to bind it. That will not allow you to fly though. You need to do down and out on both of your sticks. So you'll go down and out, and that'll start the propellers, and then you can lift up then, and as you can see I'm shifting forward here. My table obviously is not completely level. It's definitely pitched forward just a little bit, but that's not going to be an issue flying. And as you can see the design on it that I just showed you a close-up, this is one of my favorite drones as far as design. It has a very sharp to edge design. A lot of everything nowadays is aerodynamic, really smooth and whatnot, but this has a lot of hard edges, and I like that. I like it a lot. This really isn't directed to be a complete review of the A10 Cyclone from Maxbo. This is more or less a full-time review of this Noiposi 850 mAh LiPo battery. I am recording. I will be recording 90% of this flight, so whatever the end result here is, if you're not recording and you're not flying in a little bit of wind, I do have a little bit of wind here, you could probably add like a minute or two. These batteries can be picked up on Amazon. The link will be down below. Amazon, trusted site, you don't have to worry about nothing. eBay's pretty cool too, but there's some scammers on there, so be careful when using eBay. Always use PayPal, you should be alright. And you have Chinese sites that ship directly from China. I've had no issues with them. I have friends that have had issues with them, but again, I've had no issues with them. You will wait a while. Stuff's coming from China, it needs to be imported into the United States, and if customs gets a hold of it, you're going to be waiting a while. As you can see, flyability of this drone, I'm not afraid to take it up. Again, it does have altitude hold, so if I wanted to stay right there, I would no longer need to play with my left throttle stick. But I'm kind of going up pretty high here. It is a very nice day out. This drone is not white, as you saw. It's kind of like concrete orange with black, so it's easy to keep your eye on in the sky. Not going to lose it in those clouds or anything. We got it up here. Now with an altitude hold drone, I've found it a little more difficult to bring it down, just because it's trying to maintain its altitude. I mean, I could press the auto land, but I really don't want to come directly down to the ground. We're coming down slowly. Again, altitude hold's cool. I really think if they're going to make everything altitude hold, they need to pair it with GPS as well. Because altitude and GPS would allow you to hold a certain altitude, and we're dropping. It'd allow you to hold a certain altitude in a certain position in the sky, and then you'd be able to record epic video and get stills. So the reason why that dropped is because I was flying high. I wanted to bring it down a lot quicker than it was allowing me to, so I was literally on my throttle stick completely down. To bring it down quickly, you pull down both sticks and it'll shut off the motors. To bring it down slowly without shutting down the motor, essentially you want to go down on your throttle, but not all the way. If you do go all the way, eventually the motors will shut off, as you've seen it just did. So be very aware of that. If you're flying high and you don't want to kill the motors, it's going to take a while to bring it back down, because again, this is trying to maintain altitude. This very cool looking drone. I love the way this drone looks. The only thing I would change about this drone is the peg landing gear. I do not like drones that have this peg landing gear because, yeah, it looks cool, but as far as functionability, it doesn't work well. You go to land, especially with an altitude hold drone where you press the button to auto land. This does have that feature, auto land. It also has auto takeoff, which I don't like using. I like taking off manually. But you press auto land, it comes down, and 90% of the time it's going to tip over because you have these tiny little peg landing gear, which aren't landing gear at all. They are falling gear. I guarantee every time you bring this down, unless you are on the most flattest terrain in the world, you're going to fall. Look at that. Love that concrete orange and matted black. Just the look of this, ridiculous. Very nice flyer. Right now we're pushing 6 minutes. We're going to take about a minute off, so we're at about the 5-minute mark here. As you can see, I have zero range issues with this drone. It's definitely a cool drone. Again, I'm more favorable not to have altitude hold because I like flying complete 360 degrees with no handicap. And I'm gonna press the auto land here just to show you. Kind of bounces around and falls. That landing gear is not good for landing. Again, it's falling gear, and I'm just checking my camera here. Anytime I record, I like to record for a while, bring it down, shut it down. That's the way it's essentially saving to the SD card, and then restart again. Because a lot of drones, quadcopters, RC, UAVs, whatever you want to call them, a lot of these quads, when they get low battery and you're still recording, it doesn't allow you to shut down your camera. And without being able to shut down, and just to show you again, holding down on that stick, you'll do a complete free fall. If you are going to test that to see how long you have when you're holding down on the stick, do it over grass like that. You have no possibility of damaging it because of cushions. But back to the SD card. Low battery, quad brings itself down, your camera's still recording, you can't shut it off. So what do? You turn the quad off. Turning the quad off interrupts the recording, and then when you get back to your house and you look on the SD card, it'll show, like say you recorded once, shut it down, saved, went up again, you're recording, low battery, it comes down, and you have to shut it off by the toggle switch. You'll see the 2 files on your SD card, but the second file won't be able to play because you've interrupted its recording without it saving properly. That's like closing a Word document on your computer and not clicking save and then trying to open that Word document. It's not there. The camera on most of these, actually all of these, need to shut down and save properly. And guys, right now we're pushing 8.5 minutes. I'm going to say 7.5 minutes. We got constantly recording with an altitude hold drone with very bright lights. It's not bad. That's a lot of features to be powering here. I tried this on the X5 clone series. I did it with the Striker. I did it with the SEMA X5C, and there was another one. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Can't think off the top of my head which was the other one. I did it with 3 of them that shared the same body styles, and we're coming down, 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 boom. Go to the last visual and go straight. And I'm jumping over all this stuff. It's pretty high. But I tried it with the X5 clone series, and everything got right around 10 minutes. This hit just over 8 minutes. This has a lot more features though, so not bad. And the lights are quickly flashing. This thing is definitely down and out. The battery's kicked, and I can't shut the camera off. I'm going to lose the last recorded footage. I'm J-Drone. If you haven't checked out Drone Days on Facebook, please do. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Have a wonderful day.